What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And you know what? Soon I'm going to experiment having it on Twitter and Instagram, all four of them at the same time. Working on some stuff to make that happen. Uh, Working on some stuff to make that happen. I found out. I mean, I knew it could happen, but I got to upgrade some stuff before I make that happen. I got to upgrade a few things to make that happen. But ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday. Share the show. It's gonna be off. Oh God. Hey man, I want to hear this show today. This show gonna be so informative that I want to hear. I want to hear the show today. I really do. I want to hear the show today. Ain't that something? I I really do. I want to hear the show today. Corey Willis, I got so much stuff to talk about. I want to hear the show today. I wish I was over there. I was over there in y'all seat, Corey Willis, so I can hear this. Lighter. Wait a minute. Lighter and get. Light. I just saw something new popped up on the board. What's up, man? I just tell me who you are so I can call. I don't know this. I seen the name before, but I don't know who it is. I want to know because that's light. What it said, lighter and get. Let me tell y'all something. This thing today gonna be epic. If I can get, I don't know. I know I can't get through everything, but boy, I got to get through it. I got to get through it. But I'm trying to find out who my man is. I'm just trying to find. Share the show, everybody. Matter of fact, I'm sharing it right now. Let me get to sharing. This is it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be epic. Like I said, it's gonna be epic today. If things go right. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all got the that's Terry Harris. Where you been, man? Uh man, I showed Terry Harris, man. Boy, we need to talk, man. We need to talk. We need to talk off camera. We need to talk off camera because I mean we really need to talk off. If this the same Terry Harris, we need to talk off camera. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Send me your information. We need to talk off camera. Because this stuff y'all, sometimes we got to make it make sense. And maybe I don't have everything. That's why I be wanting to just talk to people, man. There's so much stuff happening right now, y'all. Ed Harris, you need to shut the show. Text tag, tell everybody. They need to get to this Chop Shop right now. Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing right there. Text tag, tell. Because it's some things is going on. And we need to know. And evidently, y'all, everybody else ain't giving it to you. A lot of people ain't getting it. Dude told me a wise man can get more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Oh my goodness! Somebody said, somebody told me that one. Y'all got to go back and I'm not gonna repeat that. Y'all got to go back and get that. Let's see. Boy, this Chop Shop is unbelievable, man. You have to be a part of the Chop Shop. Where else can you get this? I'm just going through something. You know what though? I ain't gonna go there. I've been there already. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I love about this place? We need a space of our own. We need a voice to talk about Jasmine Crockett and her bid for state senate for the run from the national senate race. She want to be one of the 100, and but 2 senators from each state. Freddie Haynes, who's going to run in her spot, great man. We need a space so we can celebrate the stories, the people, the culture. Brandon Weefall, Terry Harris, don't forget Terry Harris. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. We should be a force. This Chop Shop, we should be a force in education, culture, and legacy. We got educators on this show. We got people in the culture on this show. We got people that done left legacies on this show. We should be a force in this thing. I'm just thinking about it. We should be a force now. Just thinking about it, y'all. Y'all just give me a second. You know, I'm listening to people. I'm listening to people that say something that I know is true, but the rest of the stuff that they're coming out their mouth is crazy as hell. Have y'all ever been there? I know it's true. The one thing you get is true because I've studied it. It's too much work. See, I test things out. I do a lot of that on this show. People be like, I'm glad, but I be testing people out. And that man said, a force in education, culture, and legacy sounds like a new tagline. You know what? Thank you, man. Let me, I didn't even think about it like that. Y'all understand. Listen, I just be letting them use me. Hold on, I'm gonna take that. Hey, I'm gonna take my own words and use it. Thank you, man. Thank you, Eric. That's what I told y'all. I know we got some brilliant people on this feed. And when I challenge you on this feed, y'all got to understand, Brandon Weefall, I know you done been around, but when I challenge you, it's because I feel it can be harmful to us. If I challenge somebody on this feed, when I challenge, I feel it can be harmful to us. He said, great move, and it finally looks like we're working as a collective. Both move a great move for the Dallas and Texas. Absolutely, Craig. But Craig, this Chop Shop, you, Craig, we got to become a force in education, culture, and legacy. All these smart people we got on this thing, y'all don't understand. There was some people on this show the other day just listening and listening. Some of the most powerful people in the world was listening and watching and listening because y'all all get remember, they ain't listening to me. They watching you. That's why I tell you to share the show. I've been petted. You, Junior, you got to get our young people in here. You gonna be the leader that usher our young people in here. Listen, I'm gonna repeat again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's some powerful people watching this show. And I ain't telling y'all, I ain't trying to name, because then people say your name. I just know some people, y'all. It ain't that I try to name drop. But damn it, I got to sometime get your context. And don't remember, when I challenge people on this show, because I feel what they've said can be harmful to you. We should be thumbs up, algorithm sharing, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, everything. Every time you walk on this show, it should be thumbs up, everything. The man said he working on getting my son engaged. I ain't. I ain't. Hey, I ain't working on getting my son engaged. He gonna have to get engaged on his own. I'm just gonna give him principles. Hey, bless your heart. Yeah, if y'all knew the people be calling me, calling me to my man, hook my daughter up with your son, hook my daughter up. Man, I'm telling you, your daughter better meet him on her own. Cause if I hook him up, it ain't gonna work. Oh, engaged on the show. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to get my son engaged. I got you. My bad. I'm bad. But I thought you were working on your son. No, I ain't trying to get mine engaged. But there's a method to why I go hard in the paint. It's a method to it. And y'all gonna see it later. Y'all gonna say, wow. Y'all gonna understand now. A lot of this stuff the way I am, go look up Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. When I first started coming on the show, I was listening and following him and how he demanded, because he said, he was talking about, look, I have to control this show. Because if I don't, trolls will come on here and try to control my show. And he said, don't nobody know them, but they know who I am. My credibility is on the line. It ain't nothing. I don't know all of y'all personally, so I can't be talking about you. I'm talking about the comment that you put on the screen. So understand these, but I hope, and y'all really, really do, man. Y'all, this is one of the most respected chats and audiences that I've ever seen. People respecting each other. But I sit here and thinking about this, y'all. Y'all gotta understand, it's gonna be a good show today. That's why today. That's why I'm taking my time, because what you're saying or what you comment could affect people in a way that they really don't deserve while on this show. Right? Now, in my personal life, I'll let you talk all day long. I'll let you talk all day long. My personal life. But I can't let certain things just go on over the airways. Do everybody understand that? Brian Boatwright. Brian Boatwright, this is a good show to share. So you understand. And maybe these people believe the lies that they're telling. You know, all these people, maybe they do. It's a difficult time that we're in now. It's a difficult time. And it's not enough of us who know enough. That's why community is important. I'm gonna give y'all some information y'all probably ain't never had before. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know it. So that's why this show is important. Carl Belcher, shout out to you. I'm glad I saw you the other night. I know you're on the road. But man, that's why this show's so important. It's important to me. And if it's not important to you, it's okay. I ain't mad at you. But this is important to me because it's so much, Carl and Brian Boatwright, it's so much of a fire hose of information that we all have access to. My poor little sister, she the Facebook, anything on Facebook, she just love it to death. And I'm just trying to tell her, but hey, she listen to Facebook. She don't understand who owns Facebook and the power behind it. She just knows she can get up there and post a video and then believe all that shit. But being able to post a video, y'all, you know what? I'm gonna stop right here. Because a friend of mine, uh, uh, we do the golf tournament with, it called me one day and said, Rob, could you come? It was very vague. Would you come by? I want you to think about doing your broadcast from a particular place, right? So you know how I am. I'm always getting there early, Carl. I get there 30 minutes early. I'm getting in there, and then when I walked in the door, my spirit just was not right about the spot. Some things happen. I'm not going to say what happened, but some things happen. I just so I looked around and just said, I'm not attaching this Chop Shop brand to this place. So I left. So they called me, Robert, and then they finally a couple of weeks later said, Robert, why didn't you like the place? And I told them why. But within this place, it was another place that they really wanted me to go in and see. But no one relayed that to me. And what she didn't understand, for me to pack up and bring this show somewhere else, that's a lot of stuff go with it. We just make it look easy over here because that's our job, to make it look easy. But it's a lot of stuff. Even when I go on the road, certain things I can't take. I can't take all of these big old monitors with me, but I got smaller monitors now that I can work with. But what she thought, it was just something like I can go with my telephone and just broadcast from somewhere. Yo, understand what you're a part of. This is a medium and a platform that's got the capabilities to reach everybody in the world. If we shared it enough, and if we hit the like button and the algorithms or play these type of shows for people, it's possible. But people just don't respect stuff that Black folks do. That's why I always try to come on time. I always try to do things with excellence because I want you to respect this platform. Kevin Freeman been with me, been through us through this beginning of this thing. Man, right up there on the feed right now. From the beginning. He was a guest on the show. He probably, he be busy sometime. He's seen the transformation. He's seen it. Matter of fact, I posted some. Hold up. Where the Chop Shop thing at? Watch this. Post this video. These dudes, like Mike Tyson. Vanderbilt.
Hey guys, I'm about to get it from this market.
Look at that. That's just Chop Shop over the years. Yo, this thing has morphed into something. We even got a clothing line that partners with us. A designer established the same clothing line that's associated with Coach Prime, called the ALC collection, the Anthony Lawrence collection. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Freitman was there from the beginning. That's why I tell y'all to share the show, because what I found out is important. Why this show's so important to me, because of so much, there's a fire hose of information that all of us have access. You know, like the fire hose, that all that water coming out so fast and it can cut you. It's bad for you. You can't consume all of it. That's what's happening in America right now. Share the show. I need some more people watching this show. So get to sharing this show. Text, tag, tell somebody. Somebody need to hear this, right? But we got so information. But what I found out, the curation of this information is so important. That's why I try to come break some of this stuff down for y'all. This Shador stuff is so important. They're going to be teaching this class in history. And they're going to be teaching this at some point in the history. And I'm giving y'all a master class in real time. And it's not about just having people that just agree. Some people will be, well, every time I put a comment, you don't agree with me. I don't supposed to agree with your comment. If I do, I'm going to let you know. What's up, Miss Belinda? It's about understanding the times we're in. How we got to help Jasmine Crockett get elected. Freddie Haynes get elected. Who do you believe? How do you fight all this misinformation? I got a sister she's a misinformation reservoir. Sometimes your brother, because you don't, a prophet is without honor in his own hometown. Sometimes you don't want to listen to brother. You got to understand, Mary and Jesus, brother and sister. Can you imagine how, oh, that's just Jesus. That's my brother. You follow me? How do we fight it? We talking on this show every week. So I have a responsibility. I feel a deep sense of responsibility to open my mouth to tell you the truth. To make sure it's right. And I don't get it. The other night, what's the other day? What I say, Kevin Freeman, I said a guy went to Princeton and he went to Harvard. Guess what? Correct me. Them Lakers bad, man. Them Lakers bad. I'm gonna talk about. I got a whole Lakers story. Them Lakers bad. About time now I can talk about the Lakers. Sometimes you're gonna make a mistake. And then when you get the proper information, that's all I be trying to give y'all some proper information. Some of y'all come on here with y'all mind made up. Well, it's just my opinion. I'm a comedian, and it's my opinion, and I'm right. No. Y'all, I really don't trust any these broadcasts, NBC, CBS, and all them people no more. And these newspapers now, because I read, they kind of untrustworthy. They owned by some of the same people. Y'all, it's one guy own everything. This boy Larry Ellison, they can't let this dude buy Paramount too. He gonna own everything that you watch, everything that you hear. But let me keep going. Yeah, them Lakers are balling. Ask me I got a question for you, and I want you to be real. And whatever your answer is, your answer. Don't try to placate to me. Are we overreacting to what Shador has done in y'all point of view? All right. And then I got another question. I'm asking you. I kind of know, but I'm asking you. I want to know who do you think is responsible for drafting Shador? Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm finna give y'all a master class on this stuff. This ain't about Shador. I'm just trying to hear what y'all got to say. I'm finna let y'all know what's going on in the media and what, because we got a guy talking about, how about my Lakers? What about my Lakers? Yes, we talk, but they're good. LeBron James is doing good. Mr. Bartholomew, I don't know what that means. What that mean, the half a side of the face? What is that emoji mean? What does that mean? Let me put it up there. What does that mean? I got two questions for you. Are we overreacting to what Shador has done? Mr. Bartholomew, I just want to know what that is. And who is responsible, y'all think, for the drafting of Shador? We know it ain't the head coach, so we can eliminate him. We know it ain't him. Mr. Bartholomew, what is that? What they mean? I want to know what that mean. Could you, when you put it up here, I want to know what that mean. Cool questions. Are y'all typing? Are we overreacting to what Shador has done in these 3 weeks? And who you think is responsible for drafting Shador? Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. I didn't know. I can't see that little stuff. Lakers in 5. Lakers look good, baby, but they can't defend. Right? I don't know. Only thing that scared me about the Lakers, when Luka and Reeves and LeBron can't guard nobody. I ain't gonna. Oh, that means salute. I don't know. I don't use emojis, y'all. I just ain't. I got a partner, man. He probably ain't on the show right now. He's the emojis. He got the gift. This man got a gift, not a gift. Yeah, a gift for every damn thing. Hold on. My daughter texted me. I sent her something this morning. She just texted me saying good morning. But it's a salute. He said, I don't think so. Shador's situation is similar to the stuff we deal with in everyday life. Oh, my man, you you boy. Boy, you been in my notes. He said, I don't think Shador's situation is similar. I don't think it's similar to the stuff we deal with in our everyday lives. This has become bigger than sports because people who don't like football that much. That man said Lakers in 5. Man, them Laker fans, man. Leave them guys alone. That man said Lakers in 5 is okay. OKC not in the league. But you know what? I mean, I just ask questions like that because I want to know. But who was responsible for drafting him? Who you think? You know what the best thing about Shador thing to me is they only went to him after they exhausted all their options. And he still played well. Do y'all know how hard that is to do? Do y'all know how hard that is to do? Even if you don't know about sports, just take notes on what Shador Sanders did. In the midst of all adversity, in the midst of doubt, in the midst of hate, in the midst of skepticism, in the midst, even from his own camp, Shador was so good that he couldn't be denied. That's what we need to be telling our kids. That's what we need to be telling our next generation. Instead of, he hating on you. He ain't know that. He don't know nothing about football. He played baseball. He hating on you. Doug don't know nothing about no basketball. He ain't playing no basketball. He played football. He hating on you. This dude that, he hating on you. Quit hating on my son. Quit hating on my son. How do we prepare our community for having turning point programs in our turning point? What is a turning point program? What is a turning point program? I'm not sure it was Andrew Berry no more. I'm always on social issues. I just, let me tell you something. The political issue I just talked about with Jasmine Crockett, you just late, and Freddie Haynes, that's going to turn into, but what you mean? Turning point in Texas high school currently refers to the Turning Point USA push. Oh, that crap, that Charlie Kirk stuff. What can I do about it? A dude that has no, I don't have a school, I don't have I'm not a teacher, but you can use this program, you can use this platform. You said Turning Point in Texas high schools currently refers to Turning Point USA push to establish its Club America chapters as, hold on. I'm stopping what I'm saying and see what you're saying. Hey, where else in the world will somebody stop his own show to find out about what somebody said? Watch this. Henry Sims, I want you. When I tell people like this, that's why I want people to respect this platform. Where else in America they allow you to do this? But let me keep going. These are conservative political clubs, not academic credited programs. Turn some districts also use though some districts also use Turning Point as a name for a separate alternative. Let me tell you something. Don't worry about what they do. You develop your own stuff. Our problem is Henry Sims. We'll come on this show and worry about centering what they're doing. Where are our programs? That's what I would ask you. Where are your programs? You an educator. Where is your program? We got to quit worrying about what everybody else is doing. They had a Project 2025. Well, we ain't. We ain't got nothing. They got a Turning Point USA. Where is our point? Instead of centering what they're doing, let's center on this platform what we should be doing or what we're doing. Gosh, thank you, Mr. Sims. You gave me an opportunity to teach. That's why we need to be sharing this show. Y'all should be pushing them buttons and telling people, y'all need to get on here right now. Somebody might have a question about that. We worry about what they doing all the damn time. When we gonna have something like this? Where the thumbs ups? See, our problem is we won't even support the platform like this. They're gonna tell you how to do this. Where is this platform? 180 Degrees Academy. Are you going all over the country spreading? So 180 Degrees Academy, how, and enroll now. Hold on. You gotta help me. Come on now. Come on now. You're talking to Robert Hatter now. Talking to Robert Hatter. I'm going to put it up on the grid. How does this combat that? They can't shoot a bazooka and you come back with a damn cap gun. Tell me, how does this, somebody go to it right quick, combat Turning Point USA that's coming to the high schools in Houston? So you saying get out of the high schools in Texas and everybody enroll in 180degreesacademy.com? Is that what you're talking about? See, we got to be clear on here now. I got a responsibility. I got a responsibility to people all over the country who are going to be listening to this. Because they're going to ask me, Robert, why didn't you ask that question? Tell me. So we got to be clear. If you bring up this, when we get back to social issues, how do we prepare our community for having Turning Point programs in our high school? So you saying how we combat this is everybody enrolled in 180 degrees? Are we, y'all help me. Help me. Talk to me now. I'm with you now. So you saying that's our turning point? So we going all over America putting 180 degrees academies in every city, in every high school? You ask, what are we doing? Here's an opportunity for students to roll in an academy that we can dedicate our academic. I got you. Okay? Okay, but how many kids can this academy hold? I love it. So everywhere in America, we should be establishing schools that students are not subject to political propaganda. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. Matter of fact, let me put that back up there, y'all, so y'all can find out what this again. I want y'all to go to this academy. Now look here, Henry Sam. This academy better be right. Because I'm talking about it on this show. This academy better be right. No bull crap. I want my name associated with nothing that I have not completely vetted, and I have not completely vetted this, ladies and gentlemen. I have to give you my disclaimer. But when somebody's saying it, offering an alternative, I'm going to put it up there. You got me? I have not vetted it. Y'all don't know what vetted means? Go look it up. But thank you, and thank you, and thank you again. You follow me? So I want all of y'all, everybody, let me put that thing back up there. Let me make it bigger. 180degreesacademy.com. Y'all go check it out. Check it out. And y'all come back and we're going to talk about this again. So we can forget. So we ain't got to worry about a turning point. We got 180 degrees. Turn it all the way around. Hold up. Hold up. Honey, you turn it. Hold up. You turn it halfway around, not all the way around because you'll be 360. You turn it the other way. That's 180 degrees right there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. But it sparks a conversation about what's being taught in our school. Absolutely. I love it. 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 And I love it. I love it again. You know what? Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I was so glad Mr. Sims brought that up. Mr. Sims, but 180 degrees looking back on the past educational experience and looking forward to what's the next chapter in education. Watch this. Henry Sims, on what day was that? On December 3rd. You just made me think about, because I was talking about the signal failure. It was never um, and learning is repetition, repeat, and repeat. I'm watching you saying, let's go back to the source because there was always a before. You said, looking back on the past educational experiences, it's always a before. Henry Sims, the other day in New York Magazine, I saw this article. I got to read it. The stupiding of the American mind. Think hard before it's too late about how we're getting dumber. It's New York Magazine. The stupiding of American mind. There's a whole theory. That's why I'm so glad that the timing you did. Y'all, everybody need to stop and share this show right now, right now. This is a social issue right now. Everybody. Text, tag, tell. The last 5 people that you done came in contact, tell them they need to get on this show right now. But I was reading it. This was the theme, Mr. Sims. There's several articles, but the article that jumped out to me was the theory of dumb. I think Eric Harrison prompted him to read. And on page 22, this man named Lane Brown, Lane Brown, a staff writer for the New York Magazine, he said our recent cognitive diminishment has been attributed to everything from screen time to lockdown to microplastics. Our cognitive diminishment. But what if the cause, he said, is much more fundamental? Each other. Each other is the cause. We got a signal failure. You know when you see a light support, a light at the light, a signal, light tell you to stop, but if the signal fail, you don't know what to do. Mr. Sims, if everybody is talking all the time, does that make the world smarter or dumber? Everybody talking. In this article, he goes through the IQ test and then the points about where the IQ, the points go up and down and the IQ test. So it's about the same. So it really ain't that. He looks at the devices that we use and the release of dopamine every time that we use one of these. He said, nah, that's maybe not a factor. We've on this show talked about stolen focus, and the distractions that we got. We can't watch this show for over 7 minutes without having a distraction. That's clearly playing a role because we can't focus. But I want to read one paragraph that will trigger what I'm going to talk about today. All right. Lane Brown, he said, I got to read this. He said, the problem isn't any one device or platform or influence. He said, but you can't escape it. You can't escape it just by quitting Instagram or unsubscribing from all of your paid newsletters. He said the unavoidable reality is that a massive decentralized swarm of people are now talking, arguing, opining all at once. We got so many shows, so many podcasts. Every player got a podcast. Every player's mammy got a podcast. Everybody opining about all the time. And if you want to say anything or simply understand what's going on, you have to pass through them. The medium is still the message, but the medium today is the mob. This might seem like something that has been happening for a while, and it has been. But some recent shifts suggest that we have crossed a threshold. In June, this past June, the Reuters Institute recently tied that social media is now America's main source of news. I know the kids in that program, I hope y'all teaching them not to let that be their main source of news. Y'all, I'm trying. Yep. And I found out the hard way about that. I told you, my sister. Seneca, what's up, baby? Seneca, you right on time. Seneca, I'm talking about this article that I read in New York Magazine. Let me put it up there. Keep it up there. Yep. And I found out the hard way, I told y'all. Surpassing legacy news outlets for the first time in history. In June, social media, Seneca, is now America's main source of news. Surpassing legacy outlets, surpassing ABC and all of them, and CNN and all of them. TikTok, y'all, is a trusted news source for 17% of people worldwide. Seneca. And even those numbers undersell how dramatic the transition has been on how weird our informational ecosystems has become. The shrinking ranks of traditional media has hidden themselves behind paywalls and, and changes to the recommendation engines at Google and Facebook and X has made it even harder than ever for readers to even find their work. Assuming anyone cares to when their feeds are already overflowing with entertainment, nonsense, and infinite subgenres of increasingly specific pornography. And laid up on top of all that is that it's President Trump ongoing embrace of Steve Bannon's, who I told y'all years ago. I remember I told Chris Walker about Steve Bannon. He can't, man. Who I ain't never heard of him. I ain't never heard. Just because you ain't heard of him don't mean he ain't important and diabolical. But Steve Bannon had this flood the zone with ish, S-H-I-T, strategy. Flood the zone with ish. So King Sticks can be talking about ish. Eric can be talking about ish. Seneca can be talking about ish. While me and Henry Sims over here talking about the real issues, y'all talking about ish. Which fills every channel with static and then cranks up the volume. That's what they did to Facebook, to Hillary Clinton. That's what they did with Kamala Harris. But what Lane Brown is saying is that unlike any previous moment in the history of our species, because everything is talking all the time. I'm talking right now. What may be revealed, he said, is he's a little pessimistic about it. Is that what's being revealed is people are generally pretty stupid. Not stupid in terms of natural intelligence. Just haven't had the time, a focus, or having the ability because we have to live life. And we got to find out what we're going to eat and where we're going to sleep. We just ain't had the time to develop thinking. We talked about it over the last few months. And the political season. Last year, when Leonard McKelvey, y'all call him Charlemagne the God, Stephen A. Smith, and I'm not beating up any of these guys. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be talking about stuff you don't know nothing about. But then You're just talking. And here comes the same commercial interest that's trying to make a profit, like the insurance company that got your grandmama's money a long time ago and didn't want to pay her. My people, when you're broadcasting and you're grabbing attention from people who haven't had time to think about on this show. I was talking about sports. I was talking about something, but Henry Sims, you brought this out of me, man. Thank you. You said, and I loved it, and I could, you said, when you get back, I never get away from it. You said, watch this, y'all. This is what triggered me. Since y'all, in case y'all just came on, he said, when you get back to social issues, how do we prepare our community for having turning point programs in our schools? But we got to think. And you making me think, you making everybody on here think because of the question you asked. Kirk Collins, thank you, Henry Sims. My people, I'm going to repeat again. When you're broadcasting and you're grabbing attention from people who haven't had time to think, and then if you telling them something, it just become a cycle that they gonna repeat because they ain't thought about it. They just heard you say something. That's why I put so much into what I say. And we are missing the signal. We are missing the signal that you can't compete with. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our listeners, I got Henry Sims, you got me, man, with this one. You asked me a very great question, and I can't get away from this question. But I got a young man. Show you what I do. I'm gonna pause right there, but I'm gonna come right back to it because it's 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, I try to talk about things in this community. I'm finna put some on the, and I know y'all other people, y'all go to whatever school y'all go to and all that. I understand. But right now, the other day, I was talking about the new logos and the new shirts and the new product that Anthony Lawrence collection was doing exclusively for TSU because they hadn't did it before. Because at first when he tried it, they didn't support it. But we gonna make sure they support it. But somebody said, "But Robert, because I put hold up, I put this another one he came up with. Hold up, this the other one he got the tiger with the H-Town howler." And somebody said, "But Robert, I like plain stuff." So he heard us talking about it. We heard the young lady on the feed said she liked plain stuff. So guess what he went? He went and did this, and he had thought into it. Let me tell you what he said about this particular shirt. It's called the TSU Classic. It's a refined, watch this, a refined classic. Watch this. It's from the Anthony Lawrence collection. He said, a fine classic reimagined in luxury. Your little shirts you used to get from Walmart and all that kind of stuff. No. It's a refined classic reimagined in luxury. Black and gray detailing, elite craftsmanship. Watch this. And TSU heritage wrapped in one premium silhouette, crafted for those who demand excellence in both style and spirit. Somebody came over and said, "Well, Robert, I just like plain." But they went and hold up. But they went and ordered the other shirt first, other sweatshirt first with the tiger on it. But guess what? This going to be released next month. Man, let me tell you something. When people think about you, I got something tomorrow. They're introducing something else tomorrow. When we have people that listen to us, we have to support them. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We got that caters to HBCUs. Fanatics and Jeff Rubin don't do that. We got the Anthony Lawrence collection that caters to our community, our legacy, our culture. So let's just make sure Anthony Lawrence collection. I'm gonna send it. So in case you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to their collection. Just go to their website right now. Tell them, talk to them. But let me get back. Don't go nowhere, Henry Sims. He listened. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all knew how long it took for this to happen, because I understood it. TSU, the first time he did it, they didn't. Man, TSU, we got TSU. Even if you in Houston, ladies and gentlemen, I never get it. I'm walking in LA in my basketball stuff. You know, I'm in LA visiting my grandson. I'm out there. I'm just walking down the street in downtown LA. Somebody stopped me, said, "What? You went to TSU?" I said, "No." You know, I told him what I did with TSU. Tell my man, my dad, my great-granddad, my dad. TSU is a brand. Southern is a brand. Alcorn State, PV is a brand. PV gonna have some new people talking about them right now. Because what? They're associated with winning. They're going to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta this weekend. And man, so Turning Point will be used in mostly suburban, affluent high schools. We should use these type of programs for urban inner city high schools for Black and brown students. And there are many more we need to be invested in. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. We ain't got to worry about Turning Point. Turning Point need to be worried about what we're doing. Where's our project 2025? Yo, we got too many smart people. Get out their way and listen to them and let's go and just move. Well, I don't like Robert, they didn't let me speak at the meeting. So what? Adam Clayton Powell didn't speak at the March on Washington. And he did more for Black people than anybody in the 21st century. They didn't speak. They didn't let him speak. He didn't get mad. He just, hold up. He was in the office with LBJ. LBJ used to pick up the phone and call him. We always want, well, they didn't let me speak. We got to stop that. Y'all, we're a team. What's the use? And having all our batters on base. But we got a dude can't hit a lick coming up the plate now. We need a hitter coming up to the plate. Wait that. Wait till tomorrow. I got something else for y'all tomorrow. But let me get back to this. Henry Sims so eloquently talking about the 180 Degrees Academy. But ladies and gentlemen, share this show. Let's not keep missing a signal. When I came on here a few years ago, I talked about pouring a clean glass of water when I came on this show. These people been giving y'all all of this stuff for years, 20 years of this high school basketball, the same old stuff. And when I use the analogy in summer basketball, and I wanted to give people a pure, clean glass of water. Because I got that analogy from, I never forget, from the Malcolm X movement. When Malcolm went and talked to Elijah Muhammad gave him, had a dirty glass of water. He said, man, we can give this to these people because they're thirsty. They're going to drink this dirty water. But no, we ain't going to give them this. We're going to give them a clean glass of water. So I use that analogy. When I talk, I'm trying to pour a clean glass of water. But y'all, it's people in this community that don't like that. I know they talking. They in the group chats behind. I know. But it's okay. It's not only our desire to our absolute it's our absolute obligation to do this. And people say, oh, you got to figure out a way to reach these people. And a way you don't reach them is by deducing yourself to the language being used by the people who are reinforcing what these people are comfortable with. We got to quit being comfortable. We got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And at this point, we have to intensify what? Our excellence. That's the reason I wanted to be associated with the Anthony Lawrence collection. I messed around and put on one of them shirts. I got the jacket, the double jacket. It's done with excellence. It seemed like somebody said, Robert Hatter, I'm making this just for you. At this point, 180 degrees, you teachers, you instructors, you have to intensify your excellence. The Chop Shop, the Boom Boom Room, Chaka King, Trey Phillips, Reginald Simpson, Kirk Collins, Seneca Johnson, Eric Harrison. I'm going through all y'all names. We got to intensify our excellence. That is Moody, Big Coach. I know you're doing good, but you got to intensify your excellence. Who else? Chad Grove. You and your program, you got to intensify your excellence. Kevin Freitman, you an educator, intensify your excellence. Anthony Lawrence collection, that's why I'm dealing with y'all, because y'all intensify your excellence. Ray Moore, intensify your excellence. Carl Belcher, you riding up and down that road, intensify your excellence. It's real, y'all. It doesn't mean we don't make it accessible. That's why I'm here week after week after week, no matter who ain't here. But it doesn't mean we have to just see, we have to see this signal plainly. Y'all, Steve Bannon, Google him if you don't know who he is. Understand, he is throwing up a signal to his people. He gonna flood the zone with ish, S-H-I-T. Just flood social media with stuff to have us talking negative about Kamala Harris. One dude just sit and argue with me back then about it. Now he come back and say, man, I apologize. It's too late. You listening what? Man, she locked up black people. And while they're flooding the zone, flooding us with SHIT, we're going to still get what we want. Because we just got to not be distracted. And this year, the gaslighting, the creation of bad signals, so that the momentum of the people in the movement gets diverted. We can be pushing toward the 183 degrees, and we got the momentum, and then somebody say something stupid. Because the bigger and the better you get, Anthony Lawrence collection, that's why I pray for you every day. The bigger and the better you get, they're going to come at you. Nike, Louis Vuitton, all of them going to say, hey, here's his money. I'll make you the next Pharrell. They want the momentum of the people in the movement to get diverted. So they're headed for what? Because if you don't look at the signal and all of y'all just going on the green light, you're headed for what? A crash. This season is the era. This period of time is marked by cynical gaslighting. Look what happened in DC a few days ago. I mean, a week ago. This young lady named Sarah Beckstrom from the West Virginia National Guard lost her life at 20 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, she shouldn't have been walking around that day. And then you have an Air Force staff sergeant, young man named Andrew Wolf, 24. He fighting for his life. He shouldn't have been walking around there that day. Neither one of them should have been. But in this weekend's New York Times article, and I'd rather I not say it, but let somebody else say it from West Virginia. This guy said, before somebody accused me of saying something that we all are thinking, but nobody wants to say, that I have to say it on this show because again, we're in a mess. But this older guy named William Zilch, what is his name? Zetch. He's 71 years old. He lives in Martinburg, West Virginia, right? Where Staff Sergeant Wolf grew up. Zilch, who do not know Sergeant Wolf, said he wasn't surprised by the shooting. Violence against National Guard troops has been inevitable since, quote, people are not happy about guards being deployed. He blamed Mr. Trump, I quote, they shouldn't have been there in the first place, he said, but we know why they're there. Not to keep anybody safe. This is flooding the zone with ish. Got us talking about the National Guard. And the underlying objective ain't Donald Trump anymore. Even though he's a purebred white nationalist, underneath him, listen to me, underneath him is a nasty piece of work. Stephen Miller and that nasty piece of work, his wife, Katie Miller, and that nasty piece of work, Steve Bannon. So y'all looking at the wrong thing. All of these other white nationalists, white religious zealots, like that nasty piece of work named Russell Vogt, who I told y'all about on this show, at the Office of Management and Budget. That's the ringleader of that shutdown. They are religious zealots. I got to give y'all this information. They're white nationalists. I got to get, like Pete what's his name? Hegseth in the Department of Defense. No sane president would have ever appointed these guys, man. And what they are hoping is to build is a crusade that they have been fighting for centuries in their minds. And that's exactly what the objective is. These young people had to be sacrificed. That young sergeant and the young lady. This young lady lost her life. Don't just think she would be rather be home at Thanksgiving at that time. Instead of in a uniform, walking up and down, looking at cell phones and talking on her friends and Union Station and around the White House. And this bozo is going to send 500 more troops. He sent five more troops up in the ante. The front page of last week's week and a half ago's New York Times, Trump escalates migrant stance after shooting while he in Palm Beach, Florida, down there on your tax dollars playing golf. But that book, we ain't even thinking about that. That bot sphere, and bots that can come on and flood and can flood the zone with everything. And ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna finish here. I do look at social media, yes. I have to. But am I obsessed with social media? No. This is a form of social media. I don't turn completely off, but I minimize it because they flood the zone with ish. Because I don't want to miss the signals. The signal that Trump is missing, though, the signal that Steve Miller is missing, and Katie Miller is missing, the signal that MAGA Mike Johnson is missing, now trying to engender some sympathy for himself as his caucus implodes. The signal that Marjorie Taylor Greene has missed, thinking that somehow she can back away and become back to as being a senator or the president of the United States by forming a third way party, which ain't no third way party at all, but soft white nationalism. Y'all watch this stuff. Just watch. I'm just giving y'all some stuff to look at. The signal that we are missing is the signal that we live in a society with billions of people who are simply not going to have it. And the illusion that someone, you are in charge of all of us, that's an illusion, Donald Trump. And the sane washing of commercial news, entertainment, media, instead of sending the right signals. You're trying to twist yourself into knots to avoid calling a thing a thing. Y'all, they're all going to head to a car crash. Let's not miss the signals. The people have had enough. But thank you, Mr. Sims, for cranking me up. It's something else, man. But I was thinking about so much I was thinking about. But I saw this tense back and forth between Tony Grossi and Kevin Stefanski. Y'all done switched back to Shador. Tony Grassi is the guy who always talk negative to Shadua. And you remember Shadua, let me see, can I bring you up to speed? Shadua came to him and said, let me find it for you. Shadua said, man, Tony, why you always talking about me, man? Let me see. Is that it? Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this is it. Hold on.
You're the opinion that this season's all about Shador.
No, I don't.
That's where you're coming from.
And I like Shador, but even I don't think that. The year for me is about winning. But I like Shador and I'm rooting for him. Sue me. What are you going to do?
Well, we have the same opinion.
I'm respecting the people that like Shador. That's their guy.
Yeah, but Rizzy also said the fans are in the entertainer business and they should do what the fans want to see. That's what you said. Go back and listen.
Tony,
if RJ, play it back for you.
Tony, I know this is entertainment. NFL isn't life or death. The teams have to win or lose, but the fans can root for whoever the hell they want to. You're trying to tell them who to root for. You can't do that. The team wants to win. I want to win. But there are fans out there that just want Shador Sanders to play because they love him. Get over it.
Okay.
All right,
let me say this.
Have fun.
Let me just listen to you.
Have fun.
You don't want to hear it.
We'll all enjoy
You don't want to hear what I'm about to say.
Well, listen. We're listening.
So that dude, Tony Grossi, just talked negative about Shador, always just talking. Telling me Dylan Gabriel is far away from him. Now doing all that talking, all that. I mean, you got to go and look him up. But guess what happened yesterday? Watch this. Let me find it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Watch this.
Kevin, hi.
This is after the game this weekend. The hater, Grossi. This is after the game. He talking to the coach. Watch this. This Kevin Stefanski. This Shador's coach. Watch this.
Was it a mistake not to start Shador earlier?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things, Tony. I'm obviously focused on what's in front of us.
About the second 2-point conversion, Batonio said after the game, you guys were repping that play back in Philadelphia. I remember seeing it myself. But the fact is, Judkins was not with you in Philadelphia. So, did he get reps Friday on that play?
He did.
How did he do?
We ran the play, so Tony. Bottom line is, we'll always look at things that we can do better. But I trust our guys. We work hard during the week to rep plays that we may play that you may show in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was kind of tense back and forth between Grossi and him. And I don't think they'll be exchanging Christmas gifts this year, right? But what I'm seeing is, watch this. See, I told y'all, I just try to take a look at something. I'm going to take a deep dive. The rest of this show, I'm taking a deep dive in this. Then I'll go to something else tomorrow. But I saw something. Tony is mad now because he know they lied to him and made him look like a fool in this process as well, because he was talking negative about Shador because that's the information they was giving him. Because the press couldn't come to all the practices. So the press had to rely on what they were saying, right? So Tony said they had him and that old Mary lady, the Mary Cabot lady talking crazy. Let me, now she sucking Shador clean off. Let me tell you, what her name, Mary? Hold on. Mary Cabot, Mary K. What her name? I know I got her name. What's the lady name? What's the lady name? Cabot? But let me see that. Wait a minute, man. I know I had that lady. Don't do me like that. I must didn't think about her. I didn't ever play her. But she was talking a lot of mess about Shador, right? So what I'm watching, y'all, they run around telling people that Shador was unprepared, unready, and was light years behind Dylan Gabriel. That's what the teams were telling him. When even a blind person can see that wasn't true. See, when I look at some of this stuff, it's got to be weird because the past 8 months, everyone acknowledged, even like Dennis Moody just said, even I, that Andrew Berry picked Shador when they associated him with this team. Now that he's doing well, y'all watch this. People trying to credit their head coach with picking him, where he publicly said he didn't. Y'all, it's getting weird. Y'all follow me? Every instance since this kid has become a starter, he has been put into the position in front of a microphone. He has either asked point blank questions to contradict his coach, belief in him, or play. Y'all watch me? Man, nobody want to hear about no Devin Bain throwing no damn basketball. Set him up for, they was just talking about every signal, everything is going on. He said you know what I love about Shador though? And whether he was turning to a reporter and saying that you're just trying to start some trouble, man. But what I saw is every time they put a microphone in his face, he either asked a point blank question to contradict his coach belief or him and play callers, or set him up to help him succeed. Every single situation was being point blank acts of him or in this situation. But the football guards placed a legitimate question in front of Shador through the media, saying, "Are you upset about being taken off the field?" And he answered it. And he knocked it out the park. Each time they asked him something, he knocked it out of the park. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to watch this. Whether he is turning to a reporter and saying, "Hey man, you just trying to start trouble." He said, "Everybody wants the ball, but we did practice that play." He could have easily been, "Why did you take me out?" And they would have said, "He's making it about himself." Like, y'all, on Monday, Rex Ryan and Dan Orlovsky, those two have been so critical of him on those ESPN shows. Neither one of them showed up for work on Monday. See, I'm trying to just help y'all watch the press, because some of y'all did whatever the press say, y'all just listen to him. Y'all, he could have easily. Then they talking about on his dad was making videos about him coming to the game or hugging up his son before the game. It's all about the Sanders. Every single time the young kid he's nailed it. Shanquetta, he's nailed it. When put into a position to either by media or even by the football guards, they want him to second guess his coach. Or to set him up around whether they want him or not. Ladies and gentlemen, well, his numbers certainly support him being a starter for the rest of the season. And yesterday, as we was getting off the show, the young man was named the starter for the rest of the year. Kudos to Shador Sanders. He played so well. Watch this. He played so well. Sons, all your sons out there and your daughters, he played so well. To all the kids on your summer basketball team, he played so well. He took the decision out of the coach's hand. You know what I used to tell my kids who come ask me, tell them about the coach ain't doing this and the coach ain't doing. You know what I used to say? I'm finna give y'all something. I don't know what y'all tell them. Well, you know, you right. No. When you in the game, you should play so well, the coach look like a damn fool. That's what I tell them. You got to perform so well that the coach, everybody need to be saying, why is Status Moody on the bench? Why is Trey Phillips on the bench? Why is somebody else should be asking that question. Your parents should be up there. They ain't playing my son. Shador played so well, he took the decision out of Kevin Stefanski's hand. Shador is the model on how you excel amidst adversity. Your son ain't playing in college basketball right now. You just can't skip. Always, I'm going this school, going this school, going this school, going this school. Yo, before that little young man took the field yesterday, the Browns had thrown 300 yards in a game 0 time this season. With his left guard and his left tackle. Y'all, the left guard and the left tackle are the two most important things in a quarterback's life. Because they protect what? They made a movie about it, his blind side. Wow. With driving wind and snow, with struggling wide receivers, Shador elevated the whole entire offense. Shador did what franchise quarterbacks do. Defensive end, Alex Wright, he said what others had said before. He said, watch this, because they said, some people say Kevin Stefanski don't like him. He said Alex Wright said when he shows up in the morning, he often sees Shador in a one-on-one meeting with Kevin Stefanski studying film. So where did it come that he don't study film? Watch this.
He brings an energy of his own. Like, Shador has been the same person since he stepped foot in Cleveland. Like, there's nothing changed about him. He's always the happy-go-lucky person that's in the locker room, always shaking people's hands, making jokes and stuff like that. And then when it's time to, put on the pads and put on the helmet, it's time to work. Like, even when I come into the facility, I see him in the office every day with Coach Stefanski, like, just going over film, asking questions. And he's not afraid to ask questions. So just for him to be, that poised rookie and stuff like that, that's not afraid to go out there, and throw the football. Of course, he's a rookie. There's always gonna be mistakes in the game of football. It's the fact that you could go up and do it again the next play. So I feel like with Shador, we just gonna take the next steps. We're gonna be behind them, and just keep keep trimming him and keep telling him to be who he is. So at the end of the day, I got nothing but love.
That's one of his teammates, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, guess who we play this weekend? Where's Thaddeus Moody and Eric? Where's Thaddeus Moody? Is he here? They play against the Chicago Bears. The Bears. Soldier Field. Boy, this. Let me tell y'all something. That's a beautiful old ass stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't gonna even tell you no lie. When I go through Chicago, I don't ever miss a time riding by Soldier Field. It's been there for, 100 years? Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever have a chance, I just like stuff like that, man. When I'm going down there, and I just say, gosh. But let me tell you something. Do anybody remember the last time these guys faced off? Do anybody remember the last time these guys played? USC played against Colorado? Anybody remember that? Lakeshore Drive, baby. I'm telling you, listen. Everybody, I mean, it might not be like that to everybody. Man, when I ride down Lakeshore and I see Soldier Field, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I go back and ride again. Y'all gotta understand now, my hotel was that W right there. That W right there on Lakeshore Drive. Hey, if you probably go over there right now, them people, I don't know if they still, them people said, yeah, he said, you go Robert Hatter? Yes, sir. They treated me nice, I treated them nice. But let me keep going, man. Let me keep going. The last time they met, Caleb, USC, and it was 89 points scored, 836 total yards of offense, 11 touchdowns in this game, and 2 interceptions. Part 2 is Sunday. Get your popcorn ready in the snow. Did anybody remember that? Somebody said they better look out. The Bears are supposed to be moving to the suburb. Look here, y'all. In that game, Caleb Williams had 404 yards. Shador had 371. Caleb Williams had 6 touchdowns. Shador had 4. Each had 1 interception. Caleb had 12 yards rushing. Shador had 50 yards rushing. Shador had a rushing TD. Caleb didn't have none, not one. His final score was 48-41. Wow. See, can I talk to y'all? Why the Bears, why the Browns, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the Bears. Why the Browns are getting dragged for their perceived mishandling of Shador, right? Let's not forget, that is Moody, you know I didn't say this. Let's not forget that it was the Browns that actually drafted him. And not the 31 other teams that passed on it. Did y'all get that? The Browns getting dragged. But 31 other teams passed on it. Let me play this. Hold on. Let me see this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I know it's been a long weekend. We're going to take you off to work here, all right, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Hey, listen, you got to come in, you got to work hard, you got to earn your job, earn your keep. And it doesn't matter where you're taking, it matters what you do from this point forward, all right? Talented, we spent a lot of time with you, you're a good kid. Let's get ready to go to work and improve what we're passing along. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, I got a coach here.
Yo, what's up, coach?
Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to see you.
Remember I told you the Lord works in mysterious ways, right?
No, for sure.
It's an opportunity, and we're going to get to work together, okay, buddy?
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I'm going to play that again. That was Andrew Berry talking to him at first. And that was Kevin Stefanski. If you was that nice to that boy, talking about the Lord working mysterious ways, and you treated that boy bad, man, you are a riding son of a gun. See, I got to play this to y'all to give y'all context. Had anybody ever seen that video before? See, I got to play that kind of stuff, man. Because I want y'all to have all the information. You follow me? I want y'all to have all the information. If anybody's seen that video, because everybody said he hate him. He hate him. He hate him. Man. Evidently they've been talking because he said, yo, what's up, man? You follow me? And hold up, y'all. I'm not vindicating Kevin Stefanski. I'm just giving y'all something else to look at. If that is Moody ain't seen it, ain't nobody ain't seen it. I'm going to play it again. That's when he got drafted. When they told him. He said, be ready to roll. And y'all, and I'm going to say it again. I'll say it again. Get up. Didn't talk about Shador on Monday morning. You know, I go back and tape it. And Rex Ryan and Dan Orlovsky didn't show up. Show you why it's important, y'all, to me. If Shador had played bad, they would have talked about him all day, and Rex Ryan and Orlovsky would have been smiling. Watch this, y'all. Y'all got to see stuff like this.
Do you believe Shador will start at some point this season?
No, I don't, unless guys go through injuries. We talked about this. I don't think that's going to happen, just because we also have to understand this team watches this player every day in practice, every single day in practice. And so there was one preseason game, body of work, Carolina, really good. One preseason game against the Los Angeles Rams, really bad. Those are what the public's viewpoint is. And then they see him every day in practice. I don't think he's going to start unless Joe Flacco falls flat on his face and gets hurt. And then I think Dylan Gabriel should be the number 2 quarterback unless he falls flat on his face and or gets hurt. And then what they do with Kenny Pickett, I would imagine they have him as the 3rd and Shador is like that 4th that they're trying to develop.
They're keeping all 4 on the 53.
Yeah, so unless someone gets hurt or there's just complete disaster performance-wise by the other 3, I don't think he gets on the field.
Here's the sad part about what we saw this weekend. That may be the only time we see Shador Sanders on the NFL field this year. That will be our lasting memory, unless all of those dominoes fall, Dan, the way that you just articulated.
All of them fail.
Based on what we saw him do against Carolina, we were excited about the prospect of him potentially being the QB too, because Kenny Pickett obviously was hurt. You know, you felt that he outplayed Dylan Gabriel in the first game.
I don't like hearing him talk no more. I'm sorry, I don't like hearing him talk. But yeah, hold on. I got something else for y'all. Hold on.
Look at Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right? But why the hell isn't he putting Shador Sanders? We're all waiting to see this Shador Sanders be the guy or Gabriel or whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
We'll see if they make a change there.
Stefanski is one of.
Did you hear that? He wasn't finished. Did you hear the venom in this? Did y'all hear the venom? Hold up.
Did he play great? No. And 100% Dano. Yes, it's about the defense. Yeah. They had 10 sacks. Yeah. Shador, can I please? I know you don't listen, but please. Every time you win a game, okay, your team wins a game.
I know you don't listen. Did y'all hear this, man?
Please, I know you don't listen, but please. every time you win a game, okay, your team wins a game, please use we and us. That's it. And anytime you lose, it's me and I, and watch your popularity in your locker room, around the country will go like this. Right now, they look at like, your defense, first thing you should have said is, we had 10 sacks on the quarterback. Right. Are you kidding me? Miles Garrett's the man. Like, come on, build people up. You're at that place. Build it. Don't just, we're going to give you praise. Whatever. Now, look, did he play great? No. And 100% Dano. Yes, it's about the defense.
Now y'all see why I ride for this kid, man? I hope y'all understand. Y'all hope I understand. Hold up. I'm not through. Hold up. I'm not through. I'm not through. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Hold up. Then he came on and said this mess.
I was saying something about Shedeur Sanders. And to me, I just know this kid has so much ability that I want to see him out there like anybody else. Yeah. And why the hell he's not out there,
it makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense to me.
The fact that he's not bumped up to backup, something's off. Something's wrong.
Cleveland messed this quarterback room up on draft day, in my opinion. This quarterback room is, I don't want to say dysfunctional, but it is not the way the normal quarterback room I'm used to seeing in the National Football League locker room.
The quarterback room is crazy because there's a name y'all left out of there, and that's Deshaun Watson. He's still a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Y'all, can y'all imagine what this little boy been through? This young man been through. They lie. Watch this. Let me get all the lies. He said, I know you don't listen. But ESPN kept him off. When Shedeur had a 300-yard game, he wasn't there on Monday. Him or Dan Olaski, both of them two. Yo, that was by design. By design. I know y'all be telling me, well, they make the money, they this and they this. Man, it's still hard as hell. Because they're human. And you right. These folks went and signed a 44-year-old quarterback. The coach did. A 44-year-old quarterback. They signed Phillip Rivers to the coach. Phillip Rivers. Ladies and gentlemen, give you a few more things about this kid. Doesn't get along with his teammates. That's a lie. Has poor study habits. That's a lie. Sits in the back of the room during the team meetings. That's a lie. Has a weak arm. That's a lie. Lacks the IQ to lead the NFL offense as effective as Dylan freaking Gabriel. That's a lie. Too slow to escape out of the pocket against NFL caliber speed. That's a lie. Hold up, I got something for y'all. I'm gonna show you how big a lie that was. Hold on. This might be it.
So let me explain what I think happened on the Browns' two-point play. I think
that's not it, jerks. Where my boy? Here it is.
It's about spending time. It's about spending time in those situations and being able to gauge.
I'm going too fast. It's going too fast. He's too slow. He can't escape the pocket against NFL caliber speed. That's a lie. Has poor practice habits. That's a lie. Highly confident. That's true. Superbly talented. That's true. The most remarkable player in the NFL. That's probably true. Did y'all see that the other day? About the Google? He's the most Googled athlete in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing to witness how the media machine can completely assassinate a young man's character and have the general public, like some of y'all who don't read and don't really understand, believe in the lies. I just told y'all. They said flood. What Steve Bannon? Flood the zone with ish. And it's not it's not just the media. NFL coaches, GMs, scouts were all on this hit job. Because Sanders and his father refused to bow down to their demands. Y'all, it wasn't collusion. They don't like you. And they can keep you out. But the Cleveland Browns picked him, so they can't say nobody picked him. Nobody signed him. So you follow me? Yes, we know. But how can you prove? They just didn't want you. Did y'all ever realize this? Don't y'all really know you don't have a right to play NFL football? Did y'all know that? I don't care how good you are. You don't have a right. You don't have a right. Don't blame Phillip Rivers, though, Kevin Freight. He got the complexion for the protection, for the collection. He played the worst team in the league, Robert. It's just the Titans. But Bo Nix played him in week 1. He had 176 yards pass. Matthew Stafford, the Wonder Boy. He played him in week 2. 298 yards passing. Daniel Jones played him in week 3. 228 yards passing. CJ Stroud in week 4. 233 yards passing. Kyler Murray, week 5. 220 yards passing. Geno, week 6. 74 yards passing. Man, this stuff crazy, man. What else y'all got for me today? It's Cam Whitmore kid. Willie Sullivan, you answered my question. This media narrative, they have issues with Deion. Yeah, but do it have to go this far? Do it have to go this far? Y'all remember I came on this show and was telling y'all about Cam Whitmore? And even the first time I met him, I was at OU of H, and he walked in, and he was already there. But he was barely speaking to people. First of all, if people in his gym, everybody ain't in his gym, ain't but a few people in his gym. And you probably was somewhere else, and then you walked over, and you just passed by people and didn't speak. I just say, hey, how you doing, young man? But I promise you, something about him, it just didn't sit well with me. And I told y'all he could play, a great player, but when the Rockets said they got rid of a problem, well, the Washington Wizards have concern about Cam Whitmore too. They said they got a problem with his practice habits and his day-to-day work. This kid gonna mess around and be out the league, man. They say inside the organization, there's been concern day to day by his day-to-day work. They 3-19 in this season. And Washington has emphasized establishing firm practice habits and a consistent approach across its young roster. And Whitmore has not consistently met those expectations. So they benched him. So the Rockets really did a good job of being tight-lipped about this. Rockets didn't really talk about it, if y'all know. It's pretty obvious now that the guy who seemed to have all these physical tools, I'm talking to somebody out there, I'm talking to somebody's son out there, I'm talking to somebody's daughter out there. You have all these physical tools, right? For stardom. Wasn't getting playing time in Houston. And the draft critics was right because he got, Houston got him late in the draft because he was supposed to be, talented enough. But I never forget, man, I can't throw the coach's name out there, but a college coach called me. I'm sorry, y'all. A college coach called me and told me that, wow, dude, that ain't right. Dude, that ain't right. I said, okay. I said, dude ain't right. He said he got awful body language. Young man, please, 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 get this thing right. I'm just sitting here. I'm share this with you. Oh, get out of here. But if Paramount Studios is allowed to take over Warner Brothers, Discovery, the conservative billionaire, Larry Ellison and his family will control the Cartoon Network, CBS, CNN, Comedy Central, DC Studios, Fandango, HBO, MTV, New Line Cinema, Nickelodeon, Oracle, Paramount Studios, TBS, TNT Sports, Warner Brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a merger. It's a right-wing media empire in the making. Get out of here on that one. Because every time I think about that, one family controls all of that. One family control how you intake this stuff. Chop Shop. What we got? Don't forget Anthony Lawrence collection. Go to the website and tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to see. Willie Sullivan, where you at? Got something playing for you. Hold up. Got something playing for you. It's going to be made in better quality. I know you like your stuff small. Tell him you want it small then. That man said, I'm rooting for next with the next. Oh, so he know about it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting out of here. I got to go. But thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Women Rock Wednesday. I'm out. Wake up, folks. Robert had been telling us for years. Thank you, sir.